Hello there, this is our class for Saturday, 18th of December at JHP Place, because they're having a Christmas lunch. So I prepared for you some interesting project, and maybe you find time to do it over the Christmas break. This is playing with the book pages. Let me just bring them up. Some examples. Oopsie, sorry. Some examples here. So what you do, you play with the actual book page, you find some words that are kind of sticking out for you, they are very random, and you build up with the images, like additional message to go with the words in the page, and you may also decide changing the order of the words, and then you end up with something like a semi-poem or some messages. It's really interesting project and simple. All you need is just some book pages. So old book pages, get, if you don't have anything, get a 50p book from a charity shop, and then you have plenty of pages to play about with. They're not specific subject of the books, just random, and all you need is a marker as well and some images. So yeah, I'm looking forward to what you create, because it'll be really interesting to see. So have fun with that, and our next class, just to remind you, is online as well, and this will be published between Christmas and New Year. And please save your Christmas cards, because we'll recycle them into New Year dreams and wishes accordion type of book. Okay, so take care. Bye bye. Okay, so first I want to show you some examples. They are, like I said, the kind of book pages converted into something where we have play with words and images. Some people like to call it arty found poetry. Some people just call it random found meaning. It doesn't really matter, as long as you have fun with it. That what matters. So we're having actual book pages, and the process is very simple. First, you select certain phrases and words from the page, and it's quite a random selection, and you may be surprised when you read it out later in the order they actually make sense. Or sometimes you may want to play and read them out from bottom to top. Or some people do another thing, they use a pen, and if the order is not what you would be kind of guessing from the layout, they make lines and arrows indicating the order of the words. So I have two examples here. The process is, like I said, you select the words first, you circle them with marker. I use black marker on those both examples, but you may decide to use different color, which is absolutely fine. Blues and reds work really well, greens as well. Then you play with the image, which kind of corresponds with the words, and the final optional stage would be adding some marker work to the image if you want, altering the image. Like here you can see the eyes having a little bit of red. There is a drawing around the edges of the fruits. There's a bit of doodling on the face. On this one, the one that's altered more is the bird. Let me just bring that up. Yeah, it's the bird with the outlines, and added some lines here, but we also have white mini circles with the marker, so those are white marker used here as well. Sharpies are great for that, and the marker will do. Work with whatever you have, and yeah, you may end up with few pages actually of meaningful text, to meaningful for you, or maybe creating some inspiration and thought-provoking. And I think if you've done quite a few of those ones, it would be a nice idea to build up like a mini book or a journal. Then you just have to figure out what you do with this part, because this is just a book page, so the marker bled through, but you may want to just glue or paint that over if you don't want that, but that'll be quite interesting to have something to read through. Or you may also, that's another option, work in actual book. So you're not cutting the pages out like I've done here for demonstration. You just work in actual book, and every page brings you some new images and words. Okay. Another option is to work with those words on a separate piece of paper. So that's for people who like to work with writing, maybe create something new with those words, or maybe change the order of the found on the page words and have like something like a semi-poem. So let's get started. All you need is a book page, and the book page will do. Selection of images. For the purpose of this, I'll work only with 2 images, simple, but you may want to work with more. Scissors, of course, to cut them out. I've done that already. You need a glue stick to glue them on, and dark marker to do your blocking and selecting the words. I also have a white pen because it works quite nicely on top of the black marker. Right, so the first what you do, you pick up which side of the page you want to work on, and you go and start selecting some phrases and words that are kind of standing out to you. You kind of look at the page and you see them, and you can see I haven't even started from the top to the bottom. I just picked up something here, and I'll be just moving around the page. So just circle them. Sometimes it may be a phrase, sometimes it may be one word. One word is, that's something good to play with as well. And feel free to move back to the areas where you've been, because you may learn that as you go along, the more things are kind of popping out for you. So here I just didn't want that one here, so I blocked it. I'm going back to the top. Okay, I'm happy with my selection. So this is sometimes what you may find out is that everything here won't be included, because once you start putting images on top, some of them may be gone, so it's better to have more than less. Or when you have images, another option is to go back and see if there's anything else you want to preserve in terms of the words. So that would be your next stage. Okay, apologies, I just changed my camera. I noticed there was like a cast shadow coming here. I hope you've seen what I've done. I'm sure it didn't really disturb, but I just didn't want you to have that all the time. So we are now on the stage of images. So I picked up only 2 images. You may want to play with more, but I want it in quite simple. And the examples I showed you, I always had only 2 images. But you may want to work with more. So this is very much about playing where would they fit, what would they cover now, and what is left. So just, and make it a story. So by that I mean, like a little bit like a book illustration. You want, I want that one to kind of be integral part of the page rather than just some random, because then you wouldn't have anything here, and now it looks like it's coming out of the page. So I'm just playing around saying what's I like that. I'm not sure. Now I have this one, and again I want it to be coming out of the page. But what I can do as well, quite like that option, may make a quite interesting bird. So I think I will go with that, and I have one big image. I'm going to remove the head of the gentleman. Sorry about that. Now, what would he cover? What would be left? So this is when I'm playing, reading the words, thinking, what is left? What else? I like it here. I like it here. So I know this will be, some of them will be covered, but that's how I want, and this will be still visible because the beak is barely touching. May move the beak a little bit. So we'll cut off here quite a bit, but that's okay. Okay, so I'm gluing this first. I'm just gonna mark that this is what I'm cutting. So this bit is coming off. So when you do yours, and if you decide to post them on our John Happy Place art group, Facebook group, feel free to also, you know, if you're happy with it, share if anything interesting came up for you in the writing, in the words, maybe you rearrange the order. So I want that one slightly underneath. How smart is he? Okay, so the next stage is now deciding if I need more words. Okay, so I'm happy with the words. I'm happy with the image. So the next stage is to blocking what's left. So you're gonna end up like here with black page and the words coming out. To make it easier, sometimes I go around the image first with the marker. And then I just block, and I go line by line. Yeah, so you just block the rest. So I'm gonna carry on with that and come back to you when it's fully covered and show you if you want to add anything like a white pen or add a marker on top of that. Okay, so this is fully blocked now. Interesting words came up here. If you want to add a border, you know, you can do that with colored pen, marker. That's something to do if you want. And also I'm just going to show you the white pen work. It's brilliant on top of darker marker. Or you can also alter the actual image with pens, you know, even, you know, work on it more. That's all optional. So I'm thinking what I want to do here. I just want to have a little bit embellishment around the head. So playing with contrast of black and white. Yeah, you could have everything here doodled with white pen, whatever you want. You may also go around the words and outline them more with, you know, if you wanted, you can add the title to the poem on the top. I can just alter it a little bit in eye. That's it, that's more visible. And maybe just around the edge of the beak. Just to bring it out a little bit more. You know, that's your kind of doodling, relaxing part, so take your time to do that. Do whatever you want. And then if you wanted, so I haven't done that on those, but if you decided it's important to you to change the order of those words, you may use white pen and arrow, drawing and arrows, to kind of indicate the order. That's another way of playing with that book page. So that's where you play more with the meaning. Yeah, and you can go about the full page. So have fun. See how playing with images, book page, words, you know, maybe allows you to be quite interesting. Storytelling. Okay, I'm looking forward to see what you create and have fun. Bye.